Congressman, thanks for joining me.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So I want to talk about the latest stunt that Pam Bondi's DOJ pulled, and that was that in their explanation of the redactions, instead of breaking up these redactions into a list of who the co-conspirators were and then everybody else who just had their name in some passing mention in the Epstein files, the DOJ decided to just glom everything on in one big list, vomit it out and say, there, we've done our job, we've complied with the law, our work here is done. Can I have your reaction to that move by Pam Bondi? And do you think that it was a deliberate attempt where they had the opportunity to offer up some clarity, instead decided to muddy the waters?
Well, of course, it's a deliberate attempt at muddying the waters and preventing the American public from knowing which politicians actually were involved with Epstein's crimes. I mean, they have Thomas Massie and me on the list. Obviously, our email's probably in some email, given that we've been driving this. They have Ronald Reagan on the list. They have Janis Joplin, who was, alive when Epstein was 17 years old, right, on the list. I mean, so it is absurd. And people are seeing it as absurd. They're seeing that this is a Justice Department that wants to protect the predators, that has no regard for the survivors, and that has created mass confusion.
In terms of getting some clarity, is there anything that you can do from from Congress's side to maybe fix their list so that it's not so purposefully opaque?
Well, the thing we need to do is perhaps pass a second law. I mean, Nancy Mace actually suggested that we could give further direction to the Epstein Transparency Act. But the main thing that we need to do is start to have accountability. I mean, we could take legal action to say they have not complied. That's why Massey and I initially asked for a special master. We could have congressional hearings, haul in to Congress the people who are actually in these files where we need to have accountability. So there are a lot of steps we can do. What I can tell you is this is losing them credibility, not just with Democrats, but with Republicans. And it is really hurting them within the Congress.
Is there a reason that you can't take an all of the above approach where you do sue along with Thomas Massie and potentially even the victims to compel a special master to step in? Can you also, push the Republicans in charge of these congressional committees like James Comer to open congressional investigations? And can you pass a second law? I'm sure if the first one passed with unanimous support, except for Clay Higgins, there's going to be plenty of support, even if Trump vetoes it, to override a presidential veto.
Well, a second law is certainly a possibility. Like I said, Nancy Mace has already floated that, and we could do it in defiance of a presidential veto like we did the first time.
Yeah.
We should have congressional hearings. I mean, we will when we Garcia as chair of oversight, but we should have it now. I mean, the speaker should appoint Massey and me to head up a select committee to have all these people hold in front of Congress who have had some mention in the Epstein files where there's incriminating information. Or we could do it through the oversight committee. And then there's legal action. I mean, the Judge Engelmeyer invited Massey or I to bring a lawsuit. He invited the survivors to bring lawsuits. There is legal action that we can take as well.
In terms of the immediate next steps here, because a lot is happening as it relates to the Epstein files, what should we expect in the coming days? In terms of new news.
Whoa, what's that?
What's up, chat?
I mean, you literally have France announcing special prosecutions, a special prosecution unit because of the amount of people being connected. You have the British monarchy in trouble with the former Prince Andrew. You have Peter Mandelson and the British government in trouble. You have people in the United States, Goldman Sachs' lawyer, allegations against Ambassador Tom Barak, who's our ambassador to Turkey, allegations against some of the most prominent people in technology. And it just gets deeper and deeper. And so, one of the things that has sort of become self fulfilling is even though there's been a partial release, this is exposing and taking down a lot of people who have been part of the Epstein class. And I think that it's just developing more and more anger in the American public for to have a full disclosure. And the main thing, Brian, is to have accountability.
Yo, it's a lot of files too. Like even when you look just on the website, bro, it's so much. It's so many files, bro. Like I don't know. You have to be a lawyer to just really sit and go through all of this stuff. I think that's why DOJ was like, man, look, we just gonna redact what we can redact. We're gonna put it through a system and we gonna leave it how it is, man. Somebody said, "Hello, are you doing actual digging yourself, or do you only do reaction?" I do digging myself. I do diggings myself. Go check out my channel. You'll see that I do research. I have ground news subscriptions. I do a lot of digging myself. I do reactions as well. Uh, Definitely on topics that I'm not really strong on. I do more reactions on that. You feel me? So you know, can I recommend you something to make it easier? Yeah, I'm always up for recommendations for sure. I'm always up for recommendations. But I was looking at this file right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me make sure. But this file right here was kind of interesting though. Let me see if you guys can see if it actually shows up. Give me 1 second. Uh, yeah, here it is. May have to zoom in on it. I don't know. But this one right here was like from nobody knows because this particular file was redacted, so you don't know who it's from or where did it go. You just don't know. But it's dated back August the 7th, 2025 for 1608. Importance normal. It's of normal importance. Use the web for your research. It saves so much time. Use the web for your research. I thought you was about to give me something like extraordinary. I got the same results that took me 10 hours by hand in like 5 minutes. All right, bro. Anyways, bro, what's up, Stacy? How you doing? Hello, Stacy. How's it going? We honor today's America Best Living former President Obama. Happy President's Day. Happy President's Day to all the great presidents that ever lived. All the great presidents. But we know the President's Day is really originally about George Washington, but over the years they've expanded it to just recognize multiple presidents. But originally, President's Day was all about George Washington. It used to be called Washington's Day. Anyways, man, so here's a file that I found on the website, and so you can't really see who it's from. Let me just zoom in real quick. Um, yeah, you can't see where it's from. I'm doing well. That's good. I'm glad you're doing well. It's an AI engine only run by the files. It's damn powerful. What you said is called the web. It's called the web. But why? I mean, you said I got the same results that took me 10 hours by hand in like 5 minutes. Okay. I mean, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. You know what I mean? That's all I can do. I'll check it out. I appreciate that though. I appreciate that. Well, we're looking at some redacted files right here. This was redacted um August 7th, 2025. It says, let me know if you need anything else. This was sent from somebody to somebody. The subject, um, NTOC names. It's just uh, that is kind of like strange. But anyways, are you able to send me blank full NTOC report? We needed to interview regarding the uh, whatever that is, SO allegations, allegations. Thank you, Special Agent Child Exploitation and Human Trafficking Task Force, Federal FBI. All right. It's one of those redacted files. This content of this email is confidential, intended to recipient specify. Blah 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 blah. Anyways, if you check out the yellow portion right here, I guess this was just somebody sending in like complaints um, to the federal government. But you see, everything is redacted. Really, this whole email is just completely redacted. But right here in the yellow, the complaint summary. Basically, they summarize what the complaint was for. Blank reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform blah 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 on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. 35 years ago? That's crazy. The friend told Alexa that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when this occurred, and the friend uh, allegedly bit the president while performing. You see, the friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting the president. The friend said she was also abused by Epstein. Epstein. Response to this whole complaint, spoke with caller who identified blank as friend. Led Lead was sent to Washington office to conduct the interview. Criminal history is redacted as well. Um, blank blank redacted reported she has a friend blah 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 who was a personal assistant to Epstein in Florida from 1986 to 1991 or 1992. This friend shared names of some of the guests at Epstein party to include Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Mm, 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 mm. At age 16, while modeling, Caller attended 8 parties at Epstein New York residence. On one occasion, Caller reported she was SA'd by Epstein. On another occasion, two twin brothers, Alan and Orrin, lured Caller and her friends upstairs, but they escaped back downstairs. Caller stated Orrin great her best friend, and a third brother, great 14-year-old named blah blah blah. Caller named other individuals involved in a big orgy party. This is wild. With her, other young girls, an older Victoria's Secret model, including Bill Clinton and President. Wow. This is crazy, y'all. And these are all allegations. We're just reading about allegations, but I mean, this is what they have in the files. This is what they have in the files. This is what they have in the files. Hit that like button, chat. Please hit that like button. Online complainant reported she was a victim and witness to a ST. What's up, Mama Duck? Online complainant reported she was a victim and witness to a S trafficking ring at the President Golf Course in Rancho Palos Verdes, California, between 1995 and 1996. Complainant reported Maxwell as the madam and broker for sex parties, clients of whom included Epstein, Robin Leach, and the president. Mm, mm, mm. This is in the files. 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 Let's see. Shit. Let's see. Complainant complainant reported. Is it possible to send links here? And of course, I liked already since I appreciate everyone who digs on his own. You possibly could send a link. It may show up as a hyperlink. You could try it. Just try it and see. Um, so yeah, the complainant reported participating in orgies and that some girls went missing, rumored to have been murdered and buried at the facility. Complainants reported being threatened by the president, then head of security, that if she ever talked of what went on there or who she saw, he would end up as fertilizer for the back nine holes like the other cunts. Mm, 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 mm. I can't believe this is out in the open and devils like Trump can just continue living his life. Mm, mm, mm. Somebody said this is all bullshit and can't produce one victim of one of these SAs. I heard this and I heard that, all just nonsense and rumors. Well, I'll tell you this, John. There are victims who are showing their faces on television, who showed up at hearings, who were trying to speak to the DOJ, who are trying to give their testimonies to the DOJ, but they're being rejected. They're being ignored. Okay, it's so crazy, right? Because if just think about if it was you, hypothetically thinking, like if it was you, right, and you went through a period in your life at 17, 16 years old, you're a female, and you were traumatized by rich men, and these rich men told you to never speak on what happened to you, or your life will be ruined. And you're just a young lady. Just put yourself in somebody else's shoe for a minute, John. And you're just a young lady who was trying to maybe get some money to go to school or whatever the case is. Do some, you would do what you thought could be a better modeling, like a real model opportunity, or just some extra money to massage rich men for $200 or something like that. And you get opportunities to take private flights, with these wealthy men that you put your trust in, right? It's your fault, but at the end of the day, you're young. You're just thinking like this is an opportunity, only to find out that you're actually in a um, human trafficking ring, right? And you're just on this island and you're 17 years old and now you're being told what to do and blah 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 blah, and you're traumatized. You've been raped, you've been violated, you've been lied to. Just put yourself in these young ladies, these grown women now, right, who have found the courage over the years to come out and speak about these things. But just think about if you were young John Stevenson, right? But maybe you were young, another name, right? Female Stevenson, and it happened to you. How do you know how you would take it? How do you know, would you come out and initially and say something about what happened to you and you're traumatized at that time because you're dealing with real powerful men, billionaires. I mean, men that can make mountains move, right? Threatening your life. You say one thing, you're gone. Like imagine if it was you. Imagine if it was you. But it's easy for you to dismiss what what all of this is about. It's easy for you to dismiss these allegations, right? It's funny when guys dismiss it all to protect somebody that they have an affinity for that they never met in their life. You never met Donald Trump a day in your life. You never met any of those powerful people a day in your life. Um, but you have such an affinity to protect these guys because of what, your party affiliation? Is that why? Or it's just wild. It's wild. It's wild. But I bet if it happened to your daughter, you would want somebody to believe her. Even if we just stay on the pictures and Epstein own words from the files, what's in there is beyond evil facts. Right. Did it go through? No. No, no, it did not. It did not. It did not go through. Um, so complainant claims to have video of high-profile sex parties dealing with cartels and having witnessed Robin Leach strangle a young girl to death at a party. But all of this stuff is made up, right? This shit is just made up, Mama Duck. They just wrote this shit as um as literature. You know what I'm saying? Like all of this is made up. It just came out of thin air, right? That's what it is. It just all made up. This is bull crap. This is bullsh. Can't produce one victim of one of these actual SAs. One victim can't. You can't produce one victim. Are you serious, bro? Why is no native MetaTrader available for Mac OS? Only a wine wrapper that looks like and lags constantly is available. Even even SL and TP fail sometimes. Hello to you too, man. Thanks for coming in, saying hello or saying hi. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you clicked on the wrong channel or something. I don't know. Epstein was innocent. He was the goat, the scapegoat. Dead men tell no tale. Bro, all this video proof, all this video proof and stuff out there, bro. Come on, bro. Anyways, so we're gonna skip down to this paragraph right here underneath the yellow paragraph. Nope, probative information. Okay. All right. Claims he was contacted by a female victim of Epstein who wants to publish a book. Complainant provided background for himself, such as working with prominent figures such as Leslie Wexner and Epstein, being pardoned by the U.S. president, among several other pieces of information. The victim reportedly knew about criminal activities that occurred in multiple states on an airplane and told complainants there were films of prominent men such as Epstein, Bill Clinton, and the president, and that Ghislaine Maxwell is also in the video as well. Mm. Complainant reported meeting a Lisa uh, Villaneva at a hospital where they were roommates in 2000, who now goes by Ghislaine Lisa Villanova. Complainant was invited by Villanova to a party on Palm Beach Island, Florida, to a residence she believed to have belonged to Epstein. There, she met uh, a model scout. Man, what are you doing, bro? Stop doing this. Model scout, named Bobby Cox, whom Villaneva allegedly referred to as a pimp. Complainant stated Villaneva spoke with a hostess at the residence, whom complainant believed to be Ghislaine Maxwell. While at this party, complainant stated that they had all been invited by Donald Trump to a party at Mar-a-Lago's. Complainant told this person she wanted to go to the party and was allegedly told by that person that it was for prostitutes. When the complainant was 14 years old, Ghislaine Maxwell allegedly approached her about modeling, international travels, massages. Complainant never reached out to Maxwell because of the offer sounded as if it was mostly based around modeling, which complainant was unable to do because of a whatever that redaction is right here. The little girl couldn't model because of what? Because of what? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. There are $3 trillion industries that aren't listed in Nasdaq Forex because BTC will hit 1 million before 2028. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, man. That's cool, man. Mm, mm, mm. It's a lot of information on here, man. All right, y'all. Bro, do you have all the files? Trafficking of women and children is a bigger industry than drugs. I already know. It's a very big industry. It's a very big money maker. They knew what was going on there. Everybody they're trying to either cover everything up or everybody's gonna be exposed. And they don't want to expose everybody, especially here in the United States. They don't want to expose everybody. So there's a lot of people that's caught up in this whole ring. So a lot of powerful people caught up in this whole situation. But Mama Duck, honestly, this was just a test run. I ain't gonna lie to you. This live was just a test run. Most of them were, and now they looking for retirement pay. Oh, okay, I got you. This was just a test run, um, to try the new live, try it out. Um, I just became a YouTube partner, so I just wanted to see how it worked, how it looked. I just threw this together real quick, so I'm I'm gonna be back live later with something that's heard it explained as drugs you can only sell once. Drugs you can only sell once. Interesting. Trump for the grade 2026. Y'all so crazy, man. You will do great. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anyways, this was just a test run. I just want to see how it worked, how it looked from my side. Give it a test out. But make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of new content coming. Big things popping. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. And my daughter wouldn't have been there because I raised her right. Hey, good job, John. Good job, man. Amen. Amen. But a lot of young women who are raised right or were raised right get caught up in situations sometimes. Sometimes it ain't about how you raised them. It's about when they're able to grow up and make their own decisions sometimes. Sometimes they make the wrong decisions. And they catch themselves in the wrong place at the wrong time sometimes. But anyways, man, thank you guys for tuning in. This was a quick live. Come back another time. We'll be live again tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. Mama Doug, have a great day. Much love to you. Much love to everybody. I'm out. Peace out.